I just finished watching F1 the movie and I need to talk. Probably with therapist, but totally I need to talk so you can take something to drink and to eat because that will be a long review. I'm this calm only on the beginning of this video. It won't last long. Don't worry. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. The director, producer as well. So that was Joseph Kosinski, and I'm talking his surname like that because he's an American filmmaker, but he has Polish roots. So I'm saying his surname just as in Poland. As a director, he made 8 films. He was also the script maker to his 2 movies and producer of 3 movies, including F1 the movie. The script maker was Aaron Krager. I guess I should say his name like that. If I'm saying that wrong, then I'm sorry. Who made the scripts for such movies like 3 parts of Transformers and Scream 3. And as you probably know, one of the producer was Lewis Hamilton. The records for that movie was in 2023 and 2024 season of Formula One in the collaboration with FEI. And if we're talking about F1, the movie was recording on 9 Formula One tracks: Silverstone, Hungaroring, Spa-Francorchamps, Monza, Zandvoort, Suzuka, Autodromo, Hermanos Rodriguez, Las Vegas, and Yes Marina. Also, some of the stunts were made at MTC. For some shots, there was Williams wind tunnel, and the racing simulator was from Mercedes. So this is all about the beginning, and we are going to the movie. I want to warn you, there will be the spoilers, so if you want to be spoiler free, you can just skip to that part of the video and there will be my opinion about that movie. So yeah, let's start to talk about the movie. We meeting the main character Sonny in Daytona in the team of Porsche. At that race, Porsche is winning, but here I have the first words of critic because that will be pretty critical video because I bought that video, I pay for that, and I was frustrated to say the least. So that part with Daytona is such a weird part, to be fair, because they fighting for something like a championship, and basically Sony is fighting for that championship, and suddenly engine of car ahead is breaking. Sony getting a fuel on his windshield, and with barely visibility he's able to go to the right side to pass that car whose engine is broken, and that car luckily going to the left side, so he's able to overtake him. And during that, he's putting on his Vipers, and it's on the straight just ahead of a corner. What I was wondering, how slow he needed to drive so he was able to put that Vipers, go to right side, overtook him with almost non visibility, because we're inside of the car, we're able to see how much he was able to see, and there was almost non visibility. How slow he was driving that he was able to make that move and not crash. I don't know, maybe he's got superpowers, because I can't believe that in normal life, if that will be on the track, I don't know, because I'm not watching like NASCAR and that kind of car racing usually, but I'm not sure if somebody would be able to do that during the race. If I can be wrong. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments, because if someone is watching more that kind of racing, then go ahead, fire away, tell me that I'm wrong, but in my opinion, it's almost not possible to do that. And my first question is, what kind of windshield washer fluid he had in that car so that fluid just get it out so easily. It just like he put in it once and the windshield is clear. It's not working in real life. But okay, that was Daytona. But also, there is a stand where Sonny hit the car ahead in the back. There is no damage at all, and the car that he hit is moving to the left side, so Sonny is able to overtake him. I mean, not overtook at all because he just like he went and they were driving in the same level for a moment, but still, it's not working in real life. When you're fighting for a championship, you're not given opportunity to the opponent to be overtook by them. I don't know. I was having a feeling that I'm watching Cars and Sonny is Chick Hicks, but I'm about to like him. But I don't like that kind of behavior. Like, it's not something that I like. It's something that's making me frustrated. And also in the Daytona, like I wasn't able to feel the speed, but it just like it can be only my opinion, but I was not able to feel that, so I'm just telling that. From Daytona 1, we're moving to laundry. I know how it sounds, but Sonny was sitting in the laundry and he was making something. I don't really remember what who was making, but his old friend is coming and they're starting to have a conversation. And this is Ruben, and he's trying to convince Sonny to get back to Formula One after 30 years of his crash where he nearly died. And Sonny is like, no, no, I will not, I will not. And in laundry, Ruben is saying that he made 2.5 seasons without any podium. And there is something like, I don't even know how to call it, but if you're not having success in your first 3 seasons, then the board can force a sale. And I was like, I don't think that's a real thing. And I checked that, and no, it's not a real thing. I mean, look at Haas. Haas is 10 seasons in Formula One and never been on the podium. His highest result is fourth once, and they still racing. So no, 3 seasons without podium doesn't mean that you will have to sail your team. And then they having another conversation when Sonny's taking a shower, and I was like, bro, this is even more confused for me. It's like, yo, I didn't need to be there. I have a feeling like I don't want to be there. But this movie was promoted by Hamilton as one of the most authentic movies about racing. So if it's about F1, then the historical thing shouldn't be changed. But during this conversation, Ruben told Louis Chiron was 57 when he won the Monaco Grand Prix. And that's a bullshit. Because Louis was born in 1899 plus 57, it's 1956. The Monaco Grand Prix 1956 won Sterling Moss, so that's first bullshit. Another, the oldest winner of Monaco Grand Prix is Graham Hill at age 40 in 1969. And the third bullshit is that the oldest winner in general is Luigi Fagioli at age 53 in 1951 in French Grand Prix. Louis was the oldest driver in Monaco Grand Prix, but he was 55 then. I swear, I needed 4 minutes of research to find that information. And okay, I know that's the movie, but when someone is selling me that as one of the most authentic movies about racing, then I can take it. I can take that bullshit. And it's not the only bullshit, because literally the second later, Ruben says that I don't know how to say the surname because it's French guy, but Philippe Etancelin was 56. And that's another bullshit because Philippe never won a race, not even once. He was driving for 2 seasons. He was driving 1950 to 1952 when he was 54 and to 56 years. So, yeah, he was 56. But when he was 56, he didn't get any point. In his whole career, he made 3 points in his first season, but it wasn't a win. So that's another bullshit. And when I saw it, and when I checked that, I swear to God, it took me 4 minutes. 4 minutes to find it, to find the information about it. When I saw that line that Louis Hiron was 57, I was like, there is not a chance that someone at age 57 won a race. And if it would be something like a sci-fi, when there is also the fiction, or they will make their own driver and they will say he won at 57, then it's perfectly fine because it's not real person. But when you take in, when you're using a name of real person, of person who was driving, you can't just change their history just because it sounds better in the movie. It's disrespectful because Jesus Christ, it's hurting my eyes. It's hurting my eyes, and my heart is arching. It's frustrating me so much. Then we're having a quick press conference, and there's one guy who's talking a little bit about Sony's past, and Sony is only answering by yep, yes, yeah. And it was a little bit like, I felt a little bit uncomfortable watching that. And also Joshua, so the rookie driver, is so rude towards Sony. He's just rude, and I was like, just I don't like you. Just I don't like you. Just leave me alone. Then we have time skip, and we're in Silverstone at Sony's first race in Formula One after 30 years. And at the beginning of that race, he's suddenly better and quicker than Joshua. Yeah, he wasn't driving 30 years in F1, just the context. And also at this race, what the hell happened to timeline? We have a shot where Lando is getting into his car in 2024 helmet. And after 2.5 minutes, we're having another shot of Lando where he's sitting in 2023 helmet. And I was just like, bro, what happened to timeline? Like, I know it was recording in 2023 year and 2024 year. Like, I know that it's from these 2 seasons, but if they didn't put that shot from 2023, that would be better, because I was watching that and I said, why Lando's helmet suddenly changed? What happened? Why? What's going on? And I know that when normal people is watching it, he probably wouldn't even realize that. But I was a little bit like confused because I was like, what happened to his helmet? Why he's having helmet from year before? Like, eh? Then we're having quick conversation with Kate, and there is like sexual tense between them, and I was like, I don't know how it would work in real life when driver would try to be in a relationship with someone on that kind of position in the team. But maybe it's all good. I don't know. I'm not going to complain about it because I have no idea. So okay, let's say that I will take it. But second race, Hungaroring. Team is telling Sony to let the position to Joshua because his tires was colder. And it happens in the racing. But they said to him, like, no fight, just let Joshua pass you and everything will be fine. But it's not normal driver. It's Sonny. So what's Sonny doing? He's fighting until they have been a contact and the two of them are out of the race. And I had a flashbacks of Red Bull in Azerbaijan. And if we're talking about this, there's also the problem with timeline because after the race on the screen in background there's Hamilton who's talking about the race, and it was in 2024. But then when we saw the results from this race, the results are from 2023, and it's also maybe I'm the one who's the problem here because probably most of the people wouldn't even notice that. But I was making the notes for the review, so no one will put the problems with timeline to me because I noted that. So I'm talking about it because I watched the movie and I pay for that. In race 3, is something happening that Jesus Christ, I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard. During the race, Sonny is deciding about his tires. I mean, of course, the team's having the strategies and they taking the plan A, plan B, plan C, depends on the what happened on the race. But it wasn't like that because he literally forced the team to give him the softs because the team was like, no, you're going on the hard. He was like, no, I'm going on the softs. They put hard tires, and after pit stop, he stayed in the pit lane that long. So one from the engineer decided that, okay, we will give you softs. That wouldn't happen in normal life. That wouldn't happen. That totally wouldn't happen. Because I know that's the movie, but if world would working like that, then that would be a total disaster because everyone would say that, oh, I want this, oh, I want this, oh, I want this. Also, Sonny is causing a collision 2 times and maybe he got a penalty, but this movie is not saying that to us. So technically, he didn't get the penalties for that. Maybe he did, but it wasn't said. So we don't know. But after causing 2 collisions in normal race, he would be able to drive. And I don't know, because it wasn't like causing a collision by accident. He did that on purpose. He was like, oh, plan C, like a chaos. So I'm going to get into the another drivers so Joshua will get a point. And to do that, he's crashing his own car, but he's still able to finish the race somehow. No, it's ridiculous. That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. During those 2 collisions, there will be a big probability that he will crash himself. That's the first thing. The other thing, he's crashing himself just to give Joshua opportunity to get a point. No one will ever do that. No one ever. Ever and ever. But it's just the beginning because the next race is in Monza. And as we know, Italy is a country where the rain is pretty usual. Not always, but it's often. So also there was a race and Sonny again was the one who was deciding about everything in the team. Everything, because he was deciding for things about Joshua, not about himself, but about Joshua. And he said to the team that Joshua is staying on slicks when there is a rain. I think he's having strategies just like a Ferrari, because rain plus slicks in general, it's a disaster. It can be good. And it's not good because there is like a situation that Sonny is saying to the team to told Joshua to overtake the car ahead on a straight after the corner, but Joshua is doing that before the corner. And I'm sorry, but that was just funny. That was just ridiculous. Do you see the way that car went out of the truck? Like he was like 50 meters in the air and he went like 25 meters towards, and I was like, no, not a chance, not a chance. Oh no, I can't. The way the car went into the air, it's too much. It's ridiculous. It's funny. Also, why Sonny is taking the fireworker's job? Why he's taking Joshua out of the car when the car is in the fire? Why he start to put out the fire? There's fireworkers around. It's their work. You can scratch it. Why the fireworker give Sonny opportunity to start to put out a fire? I mean, do you even hear how it sounds? The driver is putting out a fire from the car of another driver because he said to the team what that other driver is about to do. Lord have mercy. Excuse me, I think I don't understand. There are the fireworkers. Why he took extinguisher from them to start put out a fire? Sonny, don't get me wrong, but I think that's a fireworker job, not yours. Actually, the next 3 races were pretty good because it was only like quick shots and the music, and I really like that. I'm not going to say anything wrong about it because it was just good. It was good until Joshua, after his crash, is getting back after recovery, and that's fine because it's how it's working. And suddenly, on his first race after getting back from a crash, Joshua and Sonny making a contact when they was trying to overtake each other, and it's not funny anymore. It wasn't funny even in the beginning, but right now when we're doing that again, it's not funny anymore. But after the race, there's even a worse thing. Joshua and Sonny getting invites to talk with a team, but when they getting into the place where it should be, there is no team. They're in something like a club or so, like a bar, something like that. And there is Kate, and they started to play poker. And she said that if any of you will win, then you will be our number 1 in the next race. And I was like, no, not a chance. Not a chance. I'm going to believe it. No, I can't take it because it's stupid as fuck. It's stupid as hell. I can't take it. But after that, it's even worse because I don't even want to talk about it. Joshua putting 2 5s and he's thinking that he won. But when he leaving, Sonny show his cards and he was having 2 kings and he's looking at Kate. Kate is looking at him. They smiling at each other and they're going to have a sex. No, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. There is the poker and Sonny won and he made a contact, like eye contact with Kate. They smile to each other and the next scene is that they go into the bed and I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Someone help me. Someone take that movie away from me. I beg you. The next day, Sonny forgetting to take his lucky card because before every race, he's taking one card and putting it into the pocket in his suit. But this time, he forget about it. So, he's having a crash. That crash is actually a little bit better than the last one. No, I can. Why the cuts from crashing are so bad? It's looking ridiculous, terrible. Who saw that and thought that it's looking good? It's not realistic, even in 1%. After the crash, he got into hospital. Ruben is getting there, and he's making a drama about that Sonny shouldn't drive at all because he was having a spine surgery and he nearly died and everything. And before he left the hospital room, he just kicked out Sonny of the team. He said that you're not going to drive anymore in my team. And Sonny was like, Ruben, wait. But Ruben was like, no, that was the scene when I needed to take a break. I watched nearly 2 hours. And I'm tired of that. I'm just tired of that movie, I swear. I'm tired of that. I don't want to watch it till the end. And I'm having a feeling that I'm losing my time. I'm losing my time because what I thought that crash was just to have that scene in the hospital. So Ruben was like, oh, you had a surgery, you almost died 30 years ago, you shouldn't be driving at all, to kick him out of the team, to I don't know, to Joshua just hearing that from the room when he was next to the door. What for that was? That's not necessary. I didn't need that. I seriously didn't need that. And if that movie would be shorter for the time when that his hospital is and that crash is, I wouldn't see the difference, to be fair, because it's just tiring me, and I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not going to hide it because that's how I feel. It's sad, because I was really excited to watch it, and right now I'm feeling disappointed. I'm feeling seriously disappointed. And I still trying to understand what for was that scene in a hospital and the crash. Why it exists. Because I have a feeling that it was just to make that movie longer. Because it's not making any difference. If that wouldn't happen, then there would be no difference. Suddenly Joshua is changing and he's like nice and he's starting to take the F1 seriously and everything, and I was just like, okay, I don't know where that change coming from, but good for you, man. And there is something that I'm not going to complain about, because the next one is the final race of the season, and it's Abu Dhabi Yes Marina, and it's like half an hour. It was actually good. I was seriously interested about it, so now I'm not going to complain about it. That was really good moment of that movie. Yeah, because I think there is nothing that I can say bad at it. There wasn't anything so like ridiculous or just hurting my eyes. It was good. But the end of the movie, it was the end of me. Because Jesus Christ, who agreed to the end of the movie? Because the movie's ending when after Abu Dhabi win, Sonny is going somewhere. He's becoming a driver of something like Baja. That's how the movie called that. And I was like, excuse me? It has no sense. So that all he made that 9 races with Apex GP. He won the last race, and now he's going to drive in Baja. Like, I don't know. I'm confused. I watched that, and I don't know what I could say about it. Not gonna lie, because that was something that I wasn't expecting at all, and that movie didn't explain it to me. He just like drive there, and he was like, oh, okay, so I want to be your driver. And they were like, oh, have you ever drive in Baja? And he was like, no. And they said, we can give you much money. And he was like, no, it's not about money. And they were like, so what about it is? And then the Ed Sheeran Drive start to play, and that's the end of the movie. And I was like, no, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. That's such a bad end of the movie. There is not a chance I'm taking that end. No. I'm not taking that. Okay, so welcome back. Let's talk about my things in general. If you watch the part when I was talking about the movie, I think it's pretty obvious that it will be pretty critical one, because I really don't like it. When I started to watch that, I was neutral for that, because I wasn't reading reviews on purpose to not make myself any kind of things about it. And when I saw that this movie is able to buy, I was pretty excited to watch it. I was seriously excited to watch it. But during this movie, I regret it so quickly. I think that was one of the quickest regret in my life. I was just tired of watching that. I wasn't able to watch it at once. I needed a break from the movie because I wasn't able to watch it in after some moments. I was just like, no, I need a break. I have to go make myself a lunch, eat it, just do anything else apart from watching that. Because when someone is selling me that movie as something what supposed to be the most authentic movies, and I get that shit that I can take it. In general, I will say, I don't think it's a bad movie. It just watching it as a fan of Formula One, I can take the things that this movie is trying to give me. I just can't. I can't because it's not realistic. It's just not realistic. I'm not saying that this is really bad movie. If someone who's not into Formula One will watch it, there is pretty big probability that he will like it. If my parents would watch it, they will probably like it. And also, it's good movie for Brad Pitt fans, not for Formula One fans, because there is a lot of mistakes in that part about F1, and I can take it. Not when the movie is about F1. The title of that is F1 the movie. So I can take the mistakes about F1. Sorry, not sorry, I'm not able. This is my opinion as a Formula One fan. I didn't. There's also like things that there is no possibility that they will happen in real life. I mean, Sonny causing a collisions and also getting himself into collision to let his teammate get a point. It's a nonsense. No one will do that in real life. No one ever. Also, why Sony is starting to put out the fire when the fireworks are around? It's not your job. You can scratch it. It's not your job. Let fireworks do their job. Don't get yourself into that. You're not having fully fireproofed suit on yourself. You can hurt yourself or you can hurt the person who's in the car which is in the fire. Also, playing poker to choose number one of the driver on the next race. How I'm supposed to watch it as one of the most authentic movies about racing when I get something like that? No one will ever play poker to choose the number one of the two drivers in a team for the next race. It's bullshit. Also, the way Sonny is arguing with Joshua, it's giving me a vibe of kids in primary school. Oh, you're a loser. Oh, you're a freedom. Oh, you're living with your mom. Oh, you're living in the van. Bro, you're acting like kids in primary school. And I'm not scared of saying that because it is like that. Looking at the fact that Sonny, we don't know his actual age, but he was driving in Formula One 30 years ago. He was then a rookie. So let's say that he's about 55 years old. And he's arguing with Joshua like that. Oh, you're living with your mother. Oh, you're like cocky, arrogant. It's not how adults talk. Seriously, there is also a lot of uncomfortable conversations. The conversation when Son is taking a shower, seriously, you couldn't take him somewhere else. I don't know, whenever on the couch, on in a park, somewhere, not when he's taking a shower. The only conversations that I pretty like is between Sonny and Kate. Those conversations are pretty good. I mean, I like K in general, so most of conversations are like taken from some kind of animated movie or from the playground. The way they're fighting on the track, it's boring because when someone is giving me something once, I don't need that twice. I saw that once. I don't need the same thing another time. I remember the first time. I don't need the second one. Seriously. My brain, it's not that old. Don't worry. This movie is about racing. So why the racing part is messed up? I'm talking most about the crashes because they're unrealistic, ridiculous, tragic, and I don't have a word to describe it. The first crash of Joshua, how? How it would happen? How he fly so high and so far away? It's no, that's another thing that I can't take it because it's not realistic. The things that made me lose my mind was mistakes about F1 that oh someone won when he was 57 years old. Seriously. Then give me the papers. Show it to me because it didn't happen. That part in the hospital after Sonic's crash, I didn't need that. It was useless and it just took time. So the movie was longer. I think that's the only thing that it is for because it didn't do anything more. It just frustrated me, it just make the movie longer, and in the fabula it didn't change anything, so I don't know what for it was. And the problems with a timeline, lord have mercy, you can't just show me one thing from 1 year and 2 minutes later show me the thing from previous year, not when the difference are this clearly, not when I'm able to see that there was problem with timeline, because if that would be something that didn't change anything, it just like the other said about something and I can recognize that it's from different year, go ahead, do whatever you want, but know when the helmet is changing, because I'm feeling that this movie is shooting into money. I have a feeling that I lost my money, lost my time, lost my energy and positive emotions because the only thing this movie made to me, it was making me angry and frustrated and disappointed because I was disappointed as well. There was a few moments when this movie was good, but most of it was terrible, and I'm not going to hide it because that's what I think. This is I I wrote that, I watch it, and this is my thoughts. And this is the way how I'm feeling after watching that. The many people, the many opinions, and that's okay. If you like that movie, I'm not blaming you. I'm not going to trying to convince you to my way of thinking. You can think whatever you want about this. This is just the way I feel and how I saw that movie. This is only my opinion. So if you have another opinion about it, feel free to share it in comments. Like, seriously, I'm not going to argue with anyone just because he's having another kind of opinion about the movie. It's fine to feel free about the thoughts we have, the emotions we have, and it's okay. I also see a few things that are positive in my opinion. I mean, Kate is a really good person. Also, the conversation with her are really good. That shots from Williams wind tunnel, it was seriously good one. That part of Abu Dhabi, the 30 minutes of that movie was really good. I really enjoyed it. But the 2 other hours, it was just I was feeling that I'm going through the torture. And in my opinion, it was so bad. I want to give it a 0, but that's not possible. So I give it a 1 because it wasn't a good movie. After I watch it once, it's not something that I would like to watch again. I have a movies which I can watch all the time, but this one is definitely not one of them. And I'm sad about it, seriously, because I really wanted that movie to be one of my favorite because I'm fan of F1 And I know that it could be better. It could be better, much better. It's just, I don't know. Seriously, it's making me sad. It's making me disappointed because I really want that to be a good movie. So I would be able to tell my friends to watch it. But I don't have a feeling I could because it's also another thing when you're watching it when you're not into F1 because of course, I'm seeing more of mistakes about it because I'm interested in that. And I can recognize when something is not true. As I said, I'm pretty sure that many of people can really like that movie because like if I wouldn't look at the mistakes, at the things that is hurting my eyes, then I could also said that it was okay movie. It wasn't good, but it was okay. But when I'm looking at it like when I'm look at the all of it, then I'm so sorry, but I can. So yeah, with that sad end, thank you for watching. You can leave your own opinion about that movie in the comments. Yeah, see you soon. Love you all, and bye bye.